How you doing, brother? How's it going?
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's been happening? What's been happening in your front?
Well, well. We had we have won this week without even playing.
Well, it's very interesting. आप एक हफ्ते इस हफ्ते खेले नहीं, लेकिन फुटबॉल की दुनिया में प्रीमियर लीग में बहुत चीजें हो गई। काफी चीजें हो गई। और
That's Premier Leaग for you.
yeah, oh my goodness, it comes thick and fast. Don't they? Are you looking forward to
No pun intended.
the
The last time I said it, I was almost unsure about saying it.
Oh boy.
What's
But
wrong with this phrase? Yeah.
but it's been interesting couple of weeks since we 7 8 days since we last talked, and
Yeah.
this weekend will be pretty interesting. आपका Champions League game भी interesting रही काफी। You guys I think is coasting through, right? You're the top of your table. Chelsea,
Yeah.
whatever it is, were the top of Conference League table, but that's not saying much. But still, I think some kids played today. उनकी गेम भी हो गई, and they won 3-1. So
Oh
Academy
wow.
Kids,
Okay.
yeah, Academy Kids को खिला रहा था। Academy Kids को खिलाया उसने, बहुत चिल चिल मार के। Playing in a place called Astan, okay, in which is the capital.
Astana. Yeah.
Astana FC, Astana, which is the capital of Kazakhstan, also the its name,
Correct.
which is also I found out in my research, the capital according to Guinness Book of World Record, जिसका नाम सबसे ज्यादा चेंज हो चुका है।
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know why. For some regime changes में पता नहीं बहुत बहुत उसके अलग नाम रह चुके हैं। अस्ताना,
अच्छा.
अस्ताना के। Anyway, the uh, the boys played well. Literally, the boys played well this time. Not Graham Potter style. Boys played well. The boys played well only. चिल करके आए हैं वो सर्दियों
This is की। also Inzamam ul Haq style.
Yeah. Also in some sense. My goodness, Inzi Bhai and Potter were on the same wavelength, I guess. Damn, that's not saying much for Inzi Bhai. Sorry, Inzi Bhai, I'm not insulting you. It's I'm not. Inzi Bhai deserve respect. Yeah, come on. But yeah, it is a fairly routine game. You guys also fairly look comfortable yesterday playing, I think, against Girona. Also, you fairly,
Yeah.
were really that troubled. Although you had a full strength team, obviously. And you have Fulham at home, I think, this weekend.
Yeah,
And there's a
absolutely.
Manchester derby. That is going to be spicy.
Hmm.
Let's see how
What's spicy?
it's going to be spicy, right? मजा आएगा
Both of
भाई।
the teams are not really doing
Not at
well, I
all.
mean, to
Not
put
at
it
all.
mildly.
या बिल्कुल नहीं यार, बिल्कुल नहीं। पेप डैम मैन पेप, ही सफरिंग भाई। वो ही है इसको भाई, प्लेयर्स ही नहीं है इसके पास अभी। कुछ नहीं है, कुछ नहीं कर सकता वो। एनी मैनेजर इन इस पोजीशन।
By the way, to go back to your point about Chelsea
हम्म।
playing in Conference League,
हम्म।
do you realize if Chelsea wins the Conference League,
हम्म।
they'll be the first English team to win a Champions League, a Europa League, and a Conference League
या
at
या
all tiers of
ऑल
European
टेयर्स ऑफ,
competition.
in fact, probably not only the first English team, the only club ever to do it will be,
Oh, okay.
yeah, because no one, which club
That would be pretty cool, yeah.
very very cool thing to have. So that way, यही दिलासा दे रहे थे हम चेल्सी फैंस अपने आप को लास्ट सीजन, जब
Hmm. Hmm.
ठुकरा के हमें यूनाइटेड क्वालिफाई कर गया यूरोपा लीग के लिए। तो वी वर लाइक, कोई
Yeah.
नहीं भाई, ये रिकॉर्ड बना लेंगे। कॉन्फ्रेंस लीग भी जीत गए, तो ये देखो क्या रिकॉर्ड होगा, देखो देखने के लिए कि हम हर सब यूरोपियन कंपटीशन जीत चुके हैं। आर्सेनल ने कुछ नहीं किया।
और आपका वो डेक्लन राइस घर पे बैठ के रो रहा होगा ये
ओ
सोच के
मैन,
कि भाई कॉन्फ्रेंस लीग इज द लास्ट ट्रॉफी आई have ever won. I've
I have
officially
more. He
sacrificed.
has more European trophies than Arsenal. Oh my goodness, I could never. Oh my God.
That's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Damn. And Kai Havertz, I remember, speaking of this, just a random, once again, my ADHD.
Yeah.
Remember this thought which Kai Havertz had made, जिसकी वजह से चेल्सी फैंस बहुत पिस ऑफ हो गए। उसमें बोला था कि Kai, you won the Champions League with Chelsea, blah blah blah। तो you must now you so what do you feel now is the chance? वो बोलता है कि हाँ that was fine but आर्सेनल के साथ जीतने में ज्यादा मजा आएगा।
Ooh,
मैंने बोला कि वाह बड़ी burning all bridges।
shit, dude. I mean to think of it, a team that has never won it,
या
उनके साथ जीतने में अलग ही मजा आएगा.
वो भी
If,
है
for instance, if winning
वो भी है।
Premier League with Liverpool.
ऑफ कोर्स ऑफ कोर्स लाइक आई मतलब मेरा बस कहने का मतलब यही है कि आई थिंक यू कैन डू दैट विदाउट एंटागनाइजिंग अ सेट ऑफ फैंस फॉर श्योर। दैट इज उसने मतलब जानबूझ के आग लगाई है। वो कर रहा है उसने वो ऑफसाइड गोल मारा था ना इतना ऐसा सेलिब्रेट कर रहा था कि मतलब क्या मतलब वर्ल्ड कप फाइनल में स्कोर किया है उसने। है ना भाई ऐसा क्या हो गया यार इसको। देन इवन आई गॉट स्टार्टेड गेटिंग लिटिल अनॉयड विद हिम आई एम लाइक यू अब बेफजूल कर रहा है यार ये
But
भाई।
someone was saying, I don't know which YouTuber it was,
हम्म।
कि Arsenal and Chelsea rivalry is not a real rivalry because they sell players to each other.
Yeah, that is true. In that sense, though, we are not. भाई Ashley Cole अपना one of their best players they sold to us. विलियम गैलस जब वो पीक पे था हमने उसको उनको बेच दिया लिटरली। You know,
Mhm.
we gave better check to them, man. Our club legend, you know, literally. Uh,
Yeah, yeah,
so,
yeah,
so although he was past his peak, ठीक है, but still, यार, we like there was a huge deal to go directly
yeah.
to Arsenal. So that in that way, yeah,
So many dudes, so
I
many.
would
David
agree.
Luiz, Willian.
विलियम्स सब लोग गए हैं भाई। सब लोग गए हैं जिरू इस तरफ आया है यू नो। बल्कि जिरू यहाँ पर आके ज्यादा जीत गया यहाँ पर चेल्सी चेल्सी पर आके वो तो बहुत सब कुछ जीत गया।
यूरोपा लीग जीता.
यूरोपा लीग चैंपियंस लीग एफए कप
चैंपियंस लीग भी जीता.
चैंपियंस लीग भी जीता था
Wow.
वो। he was in that squad he didn't play the final but he was in that squad which won the final and he had scored very important goals in that campaign against Atletico Madrid particularly in that 1-0 away win.
I want Arsenal to do well, but I remember Arteta's face and I feel like these guys don't deserve things. Okay.
Which it okay.
He's the most despicable, the most vile, the most obnoxious face.
Let's have a poll on this. Let's
Yeah.
who do you think rate by the most annoying fan base you feel in these four clubs I will name you. ठीक है? Obviously I can't name your club. चलो ठीक है. But चलो I'll take you other any other four clubs. United,
I think there
City,
are a fair
Arsenal.
bit of like obnoxious people everywhere across the spectrum.
True.
Like real partisan behavior, and you
Hmm.
never know if it's for the like it's this is clickbaity behavior or they genuinely feel it.
Yeah.
But that aside, I mean, I think on a general level, like the sheer volume of these delusional people
हाँ.
who make the most ridiculous claims
Yeah.
has to be Arsenal.
I agree. I honestly feel so. I think बहुत
Although
ज़्यादा
although one of the most like nicest guys I know,
is an
shout out
us.
to Ananya,
Yeah.
is an Arsenal fan in India. Shout out to Ananya.
I'm sorry यार no insult to you but आपकी बरादरी आपकी बरादरी
Yeah,
this
man.
is true and
Like that guy Bhavs, I mean, the whole AFTV the troops and all of those, like the whole gang.
oh
Robbie
man
Lyle, man, fuck, I hate that guy.
यार, उस they are so there some of their when they make certain claims I'm like कि are they serious like क्यों
The
कर रहे
only
हैं?
only Arsenal fan that I like is Turkish.
Turkish is still good yeah Turkish is nice he's funny also I find him very
Yeah,
काफी सही है
Mo was also good. Mo
Mo is also good. Mo, Balki, I think, speaking of which, Mo, I think, stopped coming on Arsenal, I think, at
AFTV, हाँ
EFT
हाँ हाँ
because
हाँ
कुछ
हाँ.
controversy हुआ था. I think it was something to do with Palestinian cause only, or something
Okay, okay.
else, or some Islamophobic shit that had gone down with, I think, the Ozil
Yeah,
one
yeah, yeah.
incident only. I think he had supported
Okay,
Ozil
okay.
stance or something. Stopped coming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They have, no man, I
Good
mean,
for him.
even the thing is, across this fan base, we at least the social media space, we have. I think each one has that one sect of, I think, small group. But the most sheer volume, you're right. I somehow feel Arsenal के बहुत ज्यादा होते हैं यार, क्योंकि जो
Yeah, they're
crowd
very
of
arrogant for nothing. I mean,
exactly what are they? What do they get hyped up for? आपको नहीं
yeah,
दिखता
yeah,
है.
yeah,
At the end of the season, you're gonna finish second, most probably. Once again,
yeah.
that's the trophy you want and you need, and you will get. Take it and enjoy it. Hell,
Yeah,
in
and
your best.
you know, I mean, all of this arrogance about being the best team in the country, and coming second to whatever this uh city team, which is facing all sorts of charges against them of corruption and everything.
Hmm.
What they can't take right now
Hmm.
is to like lose to Liverpool,
Yeah.
is to lose a title to Liverpool. I mean, that's something that's, I mean, so their whole narrative breaks, right? That, that they are the best team and they are, the victims of football corruption,
Yeah, yeah.
FA and
अरे पूरा
PGMOL and
ये
all of
नैरेटिव
that.
पूरा चल रहा है विद द बिगिनिंग ऑफ द सीजन. Arsenal fans are like, oh, look at the referee decisions going against us. भाई बहुत
Yeah,
ज्यादा
yeah,
हो
yeah.
गया है. ये भी नहीं
Yeah,
दिया
yeah,
था,
yeah.
ये फाउल नहीं मिला था, ये.
It's also fed by the manager. I think manager
हाँ,
is uses that to, like
का है.
charge his team up or whatever.
पूरा पूरा
And it's
पूरा.
great. I mean, Mourinho used to do this a lot.
बहुत मरीनो तो बहुत करता था यार.
But
That's straight out of Mourinho's playbook actually. This kind of
yeah, yeah, yeah,
more, as
yeah.
it might irritate Arsenal fans. तुम अच्छा हुआ irritate हो, लेकिन ये मरीनियो की ही प्लेबुक है कि लिटरली मतलब us वर्सेस देम का एक डायलेक्ट, पूरा एक डिस्कोर्स बना दो कि दिस अस अगेंस्ट देम, एंड देम इंक्लूड्स एवरीवन बट हु इज नॉट विद यू. सिंपल एज दैट.
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
सिंपल एज दैट. और क्या.
Yeah. So
और क्या.
Arsenal number one, City number two.
See,
City तो
I would say United too.
2000 क्या
I would say United
United
too.
टू.
United too. मैं अपने लिए टू यूनाइटेड को डालूंगा, बिकॉज यूनाइटेड फैंस भी मुझे वे फजूल के. भाई वो इतने खुश हो रहे थे एफए कप जीत के, है ना. कभी
Yeah.
लगता हो तुम हग हग के वर्स्ट सीजन इन प्रीमियर लीग हिस्ट्री. क्या खुश हो रहे हो एफए कप जीत के? भाई ठीक है, ट्रॉफी जीत गए, ठीक है, तुम्हें यूरोपा लीग मिल गया. मैंने बोला वेरी गुड फॉर यू, अच्छी बात है. लेकिन बेफजूल में इतना ट्रोल कर रहे थे ना जल्दी, ओ चेल्सी इन द मड. मैंने भैया तुम देखते हैं तुम क्या करते हो, अगले सीजन क्या उखाड़ोगे,
But man,
देखो क्या
I
अच्छा
feel
हो रहा है.
sorry for United fans. I mean, they've been through a lot.
They have, they have actually been through. I mean, उनका तो डाउनफॉल तो कुछ अलग ही रहा है
Dude,
obviously.
this guy Dan Ashworth,
हाँ, ओ भाई उसको निकाल दिया यार, वो निकल गया भाई, वो तो
usko nikal diya. What is
आप ही
this
निकाल दिया.
Ineos guy doing? I mean, I don't understand. Anyway, but he apparently
यार
he
क्रेजी
got
सजेशंस फॉर
also.
मैनेजर्स भाई, उसने बहुत ही गंदे गंदे सजेशंस कर रहा था. वो ही वाज रिकमेंडिंग, तुमने पढ़ा? ही अपेरेंटली उसने बोला, उसने सजेस्ट किया था आफ्टर टेन हाग को साक करने के बाद, बोलते वन ऑफ द नेम्स ही सजेस्टेड वाज पॉटर. उसे
Graham Potter.
भाई
Clearly, the British managers thing is not working.
इट इज नॉट यार, इट इज नॉट. एंड व्हाई इज इट, why are they, why is it like they obsessed with English manager, मुझे समझ नहीं आता. But my goodness, he
It's
keep.
because of that whole Sir Alex Ferguson's legacy that they want to recreate. They realize that, I mean, it's impossible to do now.
Yeah. And the worst part, he was British, but he was not English still, right? So
Ish.
yeah, exactly. वो भी उनको चुल रहती है कि शिट यार, कोई इंग्लिश मैनेजर इतना
He's
टाइम.
Welsh, Graham Potter.
No, he's English. He's English. Yeah, what is English? But
Okay, okay. Acha, you're talking
Fergie, I
about
was saying
SAL.
Fergie. I
Haan,
was
haan,
talking Fergie. Fergie was not English, but he was
Scottish.
Scottish, right? So he's British, but he was not like English, right? So maybe there's no English manager which has won the Premier League till now, right? That's the whole scene.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
If you think about it, and
Premier League, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think ये इनके चुल
What about this
रहे.
guy? ये ब्लैकबर्न के साथ जो जीते थे.
That was wait, wasn't that Kenny Dalglish?
Yeah, Kenny Dalglish is also Scottish.
Scottish. Who is Scottish? Dalglish is Scottish also. Boy, Liverpool legend only, no Dalglish.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hmm. There you go. Once
Kevin
again,
Keegan
no
था
English
ना.
manager.
Kevin Keegan था. Kevin Keegan is Irish.
Kevin Keegan never won, भाई.
नहीं, that Kevin Keegan is English.
Keegan is English, but वो नहीं जीत पाया ना उसने. ही विद न्यूकासल का था ना वो मैनेजर, कीगन.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
He
Oh,
didn't win. He didn't win. He famously lost the title race after leading.
अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा।
I think कुछ
बट
12
ब्लैकबर्न
पॉइंट्स
का
लीड
कौन था
थे।
मैनेजर?
वो जब वो जीते थे, आई थिंक इट वाज डागलिश
हाँ,
ओनली, इफ आई एम करेक्ट। डागलिश ही मैनेजर था।
अच्छा।
आई थिंक इट वाज डागलिश ओनली, if my memory serves good. Let me just look it up because now I want to test how good.
Kenny Dalglish
Hey,
won the
Naglish?
Premier League.
Yeah, that was correct. Yeah, Naglish.
Dalglish is also British, so
Yeah, तो लेकिन अंग्रेज
crazy,
नहीं
crazy.
आया, देखो अंग्रेज नहीं बना।
Brendan Rodgers was very close.
Brendan Rodgers भाई was closest, and even yeah, that I think Rodgers was the जो सबसे करीब तो Rodgers ही आया, उससे बाद कौन ही आया। नहीं यार, उनके उनके कुछ है भाई वो। they need their कुछ, there's something in their managerial training and coaching like methods and कुछ है कि वो नहीं कर पाते हैं। नहीं कर पाते हैं भाई, नहीं कर पाते हैं। अभी अभी देख लो, फिर से
Anyway,
लैम्पार्ड चले गए, कोवेंट्री चले गए। भाई रहम कर लो।
yeah, yeah,
मुझे एक्चुअली
yeah.
आई एम वेरी स्कैर्ड फॉर कोवेंट्री। मुझे नहीं पता हाउ विल टर्न आउट। आई एम नॉट इवन फॉलोइंग देम राइट नाउ, लेकिन आई डोंट नो, आई मे बी प्रूव्ड रॉन्ग कि लैम्पार्ड अलग ही कुछ टर्न अराउंड करके।
वहां से भी अपना कोई लड़का अडॉप्ट करके लेके आ जाएगा और चेल्सी में अपने पापा कोटे से लेके आ जाएगा उसको,
ओह मैन,
लाइक मेसन माउंट।
भतीजा कोटा, ओ मैन, दैट यूज्ड टू बी द जोक फॉर द लॉन्गेस्ट टाइम हमारे चेल्सी फैन बेस पे। भतीजा आ गया, भतीजा आ गया। बट भतीजा वाज फाइन, डिड स्टार्टेड परफॉर्मिंग इवेंचुअली, बट बिफोर माउंट ओनली भतीजा बोलते थे उसको ना हम लोग।
भतीजा बोलते थे कि बेटा बोलते थे उसको?
भतीजा बिकॉज nepotism नो कम्स फ्रॉम nephew, सो इसलिए।
बट असली नेपोटिज्म तो हैरी रेडनैप और इसका था ना।
वो हैरी रेडनैप एंड फ्रैंक लैम्पार्ड को बोलते थे ना।
हाँ हाँ हाँ।
वो तो एक्चुअली भतीजा था। एंड जब वो वेस्ट
उसका, वो तो उसका मामा ही था ना।
मामा ही था, इसलिए तो वेस्ट हैम फैंस गाली देते थे फ्रैंक लैम्पार्ड को, क्योंकि दे फेल्ट
हाँ,
देयर वाज दिस अनदर फेमस इंटरव्यू है, वेयर इन अ प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस दिस रिपोर्टर इज आस्किंग हैरी रेडनैप,
आई हैव सीन दैट, या
है ना,
या।
वेर ही इज आस्किंग दिस अनदर मिडफील्डर, पता नहीं क्या नाम था उस मिडफील्डर का, कि सेइंग दैट व्हाई इजंट ही स्टार्टिंग। एंड उस टाइम पे
हम्म
काफी कंट्रोवर्शियल डिसीजन था, कुछ लैम्पार्ड कुछ 16-17 साल का था, 17-18 साल का था, एंड दैट गाय वाज वेल इनटू हिज मिड 20s एंड हैड couple of 100+ appearances for West Ham।
या या।
पता क्यों भाई ड्रॉप कर रहे हो भाई तुम उसको, ये तो nepotism है। तो वो पूरी डिबेट छिड़ रही थी, दैट्स व्हाई वेस्ट हैम फैंस भी काफी गाली देते थे उसको, लॉट ऑफ फैन बेस को गुस्सा आता था कि ये भाई ये तो nepotism पर आया।
I've seen that interview. It's where Harry Redknapp says that he's gonna go become a world class player.
Which he did, let's be honest, है ना। तो इसके
Yeah,
भी saw था
definitely.
something, I mean few times where probably I guess nepotism works, but otherwise it doesn't, otherwise it
Nepotism
doesn't.
definitely works. I mean, with the kind of advantage that you have,
Hmm.
of
But
course it works.
it's not enough if it just work, right? Yeah, to make it a top level, why you need more than just
Absolutely.
opportunity. Like and I guess Lampard is a great example of that, because ठीक है उसको opportunity मिल गई, लेकिन भाई he was the most one of the most hard working, hard training players you in Chelsea, पता है। And apart from that one Heathrow incident in 2001, he had never had such a bad record ever off the field, उससे कुछ नहीं रहता था। He was straight nice family man,
Look
sweet,
at you,
you know
Chelsea fanboy, jumping at this opportunity to spread your Lampard agenda.
देख भाई
No
नहीं,
one cares about Frank Lampard.
but he's actually a nice bloke off the field also, like generally nice blokes. I mean, I can't say about the same about many other Chelsea players, but he was actually वो थोड़ा बहुत था। But point being,
You know what? I mean, मेरा तो ऐसा disappointment होता है जब भी whenever I, you know, like I mean, see them speak outside of, football, their football world.
hmm,
And it's a bitter disappointment for me because um, कुछ ऐसा था कि मैंने स्टीवन जेरार्ड का देखा कुछ इंटरव्यू,
hmm,
एंड ही वाज टॉकिंग अबाउट हिज सन।
yeah,
एक तो ही हैज 3 डॉटर्स,
okay,
उसके बाद फिर उसने एक बेटा, उसका सबसे छोटा बेटा है।
okay, so it's 4 children,
या एंड देन ही सेड समथिंग वेरी लाइक insulting about his daughters,
really,
and I, it was like very typical, like patriarchal type of stuff to say. I can't recall it right now, but I was like, dude, I mean, I don't want to know about this.
I
I
agree,
mean,
yaar. I agree.
it's always it's all. I mean, these guys are, of course, I mean, they're not well educated. Frank Lampard may be an exception here, but
Yeah, he
yeah,
was apparently Mensa scale में उसको काफी उस Mensa में
yeah, yeah.
ना
He
Mensa
has a
scale
very high
में
IQ. Yeah, yeah.
IQ and stuff.
But I mean, again, high IQ has nothing to do with sensitivity or EQ or
Sensitivity,
whatever.
political sensitivity या political consciousness से कुछ लेना देना नहीं होता obviously.
Yeah, yeah. Correct, correct.
You're right. I would like to use this as a segue into जो बहुत चीजें हो रही है because I think two three things I think I want to talk about,
Hmm.
right. I think one was the obviously this
Mazraoui, yeah, thing.
Mazraoui and this general Lambo Laces campaign का जो scene रह चुका है,
Mm-hmm.
and in general an interconnected thing, but also because I it will provide a bridge between how to understand politics in football, जैसे हम समझते हैं,
Mm-hmm.
which is the 2034 World Cup bid, which has been officially now awarded to Saudi, which was no surprise, सबको पता ही था.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I told you कि, yeah, this was
If
coming.
Qatar can do it, then Saudi definitely
वो
can.
Saudi, so Saudi is not far behind. So, and what do you think? What do you make of, like, when you talked about Mazraoui and stuff and Rainbow Laces campaign? This is also the point where I felt कि यही problem होती है. When most of these footballers, modern day footballers, speak off the pitch, ना,
Mm-hmm.
disappointing, disappointing,
Yeah, yeah,
disappointing.
yeah, yeah.
What did and I was very disappointed by, not that this is nothing new कि ये होता है, right? But seeing that, even, like, it just peeves you off. You're like कि क्यों, why can't you just get along? Even तुम्हें इतना क्या हो जाएगा, तुम्हें अगर तुम पहन लोगे रेनबो जर्सी, मतलब क्या हो जाएगा तुम्हारा यार? Fine, you don't need to believe in it, you know. Hell, people do so many things in this world without believing in it, yaar. you know
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you bloody hell, people work the most mundane jobs without believing in what the organization stands for, right? तो इसमें तुम्हें तो बस क्या है, तुम्हें यार वैसे ही इतने पैसे मिलते हैं, क्या जा रहा है? बट नो, तो बेफजूल की कंट्रोवर्सी हुई उसमें वहां पर. व्हाट डिड
And
यू
I
थिंक
think वो I think उसके लिए आपको थोड़ा वो context भी समझना पड़ेगा.
हम्म.
As a football fan,
हम्म.
what you're witnessing is something that's very extraordinary because आप पहली चीज ये है कि आप देखोगे कि ऐसा नहीं है कि there aren't like I mean teams aren't making these exceptions for like accommodating religious differences and so on and so forth.
क्या?
जब कोई टीम सेलिब्रेट करती है, there are so many French footballers who are Muslims,
या.
uh, and there are a lot of African footballers who are Muslims.
हम्म. हम्म.
Many from the Arab world play.
या.
So, so I remember when Liverpool celebrated, they had this policy of not, you know, doing champagne celebrations with, or at least when they did it separately so that Mane and Salah don't whatever participate in it, which
हम्म.
is, I mean, a positive kind of discrimination, like a nice, uh, sensitive sort of approach to this
बिल्कुल.
whole thing.
नहीं, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल सही है, फेयर इनफ.
बट ये क्या है कि हम सारे बिगेट्स मिलके हम बिगेटरी फैलाएंगे उस पे हम यूनाइट हो जाते हैं, ठीक
Yeah.
है.
What the so it is this is what I don't get, and this is what pisses me off. When it comes, so there are issues which are, I guess, easy to unite under. Say no to racism.
Yeah,
कहने की बात, अभी काइल वॉकर को रिसेंटली बहुत गंदे ऑनलाइन अब्यूजेस मिल रहे हैं, रेसिस अब्यूज फॉर हिज परफॉर्मेंस अगेंस्ट यूवेंटस,
yeah,
वेयर once again City
yeah.
all over the place.
Abuse is deserved, but racial abuse is
Racial
totally,
abuse too, you can, because you're paid like obviously like £1 million a month and you are performing like that and stuff. So people will feel
yeah,
for you. जिस मुल्क में इतनी बेरोजगारी और बेरोजगारी है, तो वहां पर मिलेगी गाली आपको, ऑब्वियसली मिलेगी आपको गाली. लेकिन हाँ, racist abuse you can avoid and you should avoid and you should
yeah,
remember.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And उसमें तब भी लोग इनवाइट कर रहे हैं, ठीक है, यस, कमिंग टुगेदर, एवरी पूरा सब सब लोग, पूरी दुनिया, क्लब्स, अथॉरिटीज, एग्जीक्यूटिव कमिंग टुगेदर. बट व्हेन इट कम्स टू दीज थिंग्स, व्हेन इट कम्स टू इश्यूज ऑफ queer identities, मतलब भाई सब भागते हैं भाई,
या भाई,
सब भागते हैं।
आयुष, आई थिंक हमने पहले भी इसके बारे में बात की है,
हम्म।
दिस इन आवर प्रीवियस पॉडकास्ट,
हम्म।
our viewers can listen to this.
हम्म।
But internet is a democracy of haters.
या आई टुडे
It is such
इंक्रीजिंगली
a
सो, इंक्रीजिंगली सो।
unprecedented sort of situation where, like, I mean, all differences, religious, national, ethnic, सब कुछ aside, people unite when it comes to, like, beating down a person,
या
abusing a person on the internet. They
बिल्कुल।
love it.
And at everything, everyone becomes fair game भाई, everyone becomes
Yeah.
fair game. And
Yeah, and मजरावी वाली चीज है कि, I mean, it feels so extraordinarily stupid because, I mean, what is the message that you're sending out to your staff or your colleague or your teammate who's gay but in hiding or whatever,
exactly,
who hasn't come out of closet, who's stays away from this fucking media scrutiny just because
precisely,
it's so bigoted.
बिल्कुल। And even even reading the statement of this, so there is a United के भी एक they have like a queer fan base. There's a group. I was trying to remember their name. So they also
Right, right.
like to issue a whole statement that I mean it was once again not confrontational, but saying that we understand, but we don't
Yeah, yeah,
understand, but
yeah,
they
yeah,
kind of worded it that way कि बट वी
yeah,
कंटिन्यू टू फाइट फॉर इंक्लूसिविटी। मैंने बोला कि बट यही प्रॉब्लम है भाई, तुम्हारे अपने ही क्लब के प्लेयर्स अगर तुम्हारे साथ नहीं है, तुम व्हाट डू यू मीन, हाउ विल यू
yeah,
फाइट फॉर
yeah.
दिस? दीस आर ऑल
Yeah,
बैकवर्ड
this
स्टेटमेंट्स।
this is a moment
मतलब
when the illusion breaks that ultimately this whole thing is part of the whole
बिल्कुल,
socio-political machinery of capitalism.
बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल है यार, एक पूरा एक ग्लोबल फाइनेंस कैपिटल का जो कनेक्शंस, यहीं पर मशीनरीज, यहीं पर आपको कनेक्शंस दिखते हैं कि ये दिस मल्टीपल लेयर्स एंड नेटवर्क्स जो डिस्क्रिमिनेशन के आपके हैं, एंड ऑफ एक्सप्लॉयटेशन एंड पावर एंड ओप्रेशन के हैं, वो यहीं पर इंटरकनेक्ट हो जाते हैं। तो वही आपका सोशल मीडिया कहीं कनेक्ट ब्रेक कर जाता है कि चलो ठीक है, रेसिस अब्यूज को हम हैंडल कर लेंगे, लेकिन वहीं पर वो
Mm-hmm.
होमोफोबिया वगैरह को रोक देता है। सिमिलरली वो पैलेस्तीन के इशू पे फिर नहीं बोलने देगा आपको, या जो बोलता है उसको सेंसर करेगा।
Yeah, yeah,
तो
yeah. Correct.
देयर आर थिंग्स।
Some frame of references get.
या भाई मतलब सोचो यार आप, पूरी दुनिया बोल रही है कि भाई इसराइल को बैन करो, फीफा को बोल रही है।
Mm-hmm.
घंटा किया है फीफा ने कुछ यार? माइंड पैलेस्टीनियन फुटबॉलर्स आर लिटरली बीइंग किल्ड यार, एज यंग एज 14 एंड 15 इयर्स ओल्ड, 14 15 इयर्स ओल्ड बीइंग सेंट टू, पैलेस्टीनियन फुटबॉलर्स आर बीइंग सेंट टू प्रिजन यार। सोचो, फुटबॉलर इज बीइंग सेंट टू प्रिजन, अ यंग फुटबॉलर जो क्या कर सकता है।
Mm-hmm.
मतलब वही देख लो यार, यही यही सवाल देख लो तुम। अब लेकिन भाई यहाँ पर लगे हुए हैं वो अलग अलग यहाँ पर कुछ सुनता ही नहीं है, यहाँ पर तो कुछ नहीं कर रहे। वहां वहां पर तो इंटरनेशनल मैचेस हो रहे हैं भाई, फिक्सचर्स अगेंस्ट इसराइल। It's quite disgusting, honestly, like how global network of finance capital are there everywhere, and why we shouldn't be surprised. Hence, to
Yeah,
correct the larger point, why Saudi Arabia is very easily chosen to host. I think FIFA
yeah.
president इसी कारण वाले ने कहा था, I think we उसने कहा था खुलेआम, right, when you talk about कि we prefer actually more authoritarian governments to be in power to host a World Cup. Wow, it was a lovely statement because it was a slip of tongue. लेकिन वो सच ही बोल रहा है। फीफा ऐसे ही ऑपरेट करता है, जहां पर कम ज्यादा अथॉरिटी होगी, they can easily implement whatever their corporation rules, their profit making machine,
There
and
is a brilliant
whatever।
documentary on this,
हाँ
by the way, if you haven't seen it on Netflix.
हाँ,
जो सेप ब्लैटर जो था, उसकी कहानी बता रहे थे उसमें.
it's a documentary on it, on
Yeah,
him।
yeah, yeah, yeah,
अच्छा,
yeah. I think it's called something FIFA Unlocked or something. I don't
फीफा नोट,
remember. Let me
इज इट ऑन
just.
नेटफ्लिक्स शायद, मुझे
हाँ, हाँ, हाँ.
याद है, शायद मुझे याद है। फीफा डॉक्यूमेंट्री भी आल्सो।
FIFA Uncovered.
फीफा अनकवर्ड, यस आई रिमेंबर दिस, आई रिमेंबर दिस, ये फीफा अनकवर्ड मुझे याद है। आई वुड वांट टू वॉच इट एक्चुअली, आई गो
It was around this Qatar
टू।
uh, awarding Qatar the whatever.
Yeah, it was very shady. It was very shady. It's very. I read it through reports and stuff, but I पूरी एक बार research की थी. And even this Saudi Arabia thing was always in the works. वो समझ आ,
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
moment you saw कि the way सऊदी अरेबिया में फ्लॉक हो रहे हैं, पैसा जा रहा है, सडनली पीआईएफ इज मेकिंग दीज मूव्स इन ग्लोबल फुटबॉल इन प्रीमियर लीग, तो मुझे समझ आ गया था
Yeah,
कि दे आर मेकिंग मूव, सिंपल एज दैट, कि अनदर वाटरशेड मोमेंट इन स्पोर्ट्स वॉशिंग इज गोना कम, एंड वो
absolutely,
2034
absolutely.
में हमें दिख जाएगा, राइट। एंड ये देखो, ये देखो, टू एन एक्सटेंट एंड आई अंडरस्टैंड, जैसे एथलेटिक ने अभी ना बहुत ही एक एक्सप्लोसिव आर्टिकल थोड़ा सा निकाला ट्वेंटी थर्टी
Mm-hmm.
फोर सऊदी वर्ल्ड कप पे, जैसे वो बता रहे हैं कि सो यू नो typical western centric interest, right, कि
Mm-hmm.
global north interest की, oh, which is fair issues, कि
Yeah,
human rights, murder of Jamal Khashoggi by Saudi Arabia state, फिर
yeah.
uh,
In their own, in their own embassy.
their own
My
embassy,
goodness.
women's and women rights, how women need legal permission from their patriarch to drive, वगैरह वगैरह, and to move out of the home and for mobility, blah blah blah, and be in public, blah blah blah, ये सारी चीजें whatever वो बता रहे थे, and people are rightful, and people obviously यहाँ पर दो स्टांस आते हैं, एक तो people पूरा डिफेंड करते हैं, ओह सडनली एथलेटिक इज कंसर्न, व्हिच आई रियलाइज, राइट, व्हेन बिकॉज़ दे आर कॉलिंग आउट एथलेटिक आल्सो, बिकॉज़ एथलेटिक एक आर्टिकल उसने नहीं इसराइल और पे निकाला है, एक आर्टिकल नहीं निकला है, न्यूयॉर्क टाइम्स, एंड न्यूयॉर्क टाइम्स ओन दिस ना, न्यूयॉर्क टाइम्स कॉल आउट टू यू
Oh, okay, okay.
ब्रदर्स, आप लोग वहां पर जो बैठे हो ना, आपने एक भी आर्टिकल नहीं लिखा है एक पैलेस्टीनियन फुटबॉलर जो जो मरे हैं हजारों का तादाद में, एंड दिस इज द हिपोक्रेसी एक्चुअली व्हिच देन पिसेस यू,
Yeah, yeah.
you're very
Further, yeah.
great to speak against Qatar. It's easy यार भाई, वो भी तुम जानते हो ना यार.
But
It's
Aisha,
easy
that's
also.
also, that's also fundamentally an advantage that we have as third world,
Hmm.
residents of the third world.
Hmm.
Ki we can also separate ourselves and
Yeah.
say कि भाई athletic बकचोदी है तेरी भी.
Yeah, वो भी है. We can because they don't speak for us at least ना. Like we can see
Yeah,
that very
correct,
clearly. हम कह सकते हैं
correct.
ये सारी चीजें. एंड यही आपको फिर हर इन सेक्टर्स में दिखता है, फ्रॉम रेनबो लेसेस टू कतर सऊदी वर्ल्ड कप
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
टू इश्यूज लाइक पैलेस्टीनियन जेनोसाइड, जहां पर कुछ नहीं बोलेगा फीफा, राइट, या लिट और वट एवर, आई मीन एज वी डिस्कस दिस, मैंने जिक्र किया हुआ है, मुसलिनीज इटली हैज आल्सो होस्टेड वर्ल्ड कप, भाई क्या बड़ी बात है उसमें, छोटी बात है भाई, हम इसकी बातें कर रहे हैं.
Correct, correct,
So
yeah.
what the hell are we talking about really? What are we really actually? And now apparently the 2030 World Cup, I don't know if you've heard, but बड़े वो भी कुछ crazy format भाई लाए हैं. Apparently it's being hosted across continents and stuff. And कहीं और ही final होगा. It's like the first time this, पता नहीं who asked for
It's
this.
happening in the US, no?
No, no, that's the next one. 2026 is US, Canada,
Okay.
Mexico. The 31 is the first time they're trying this multi-continent format kind of thing. एंड आई डोंट इवन नो व्हाट
What
द
the
डिटेल्स
fuck,
आर येट.
man?
पता नहीं क्यों कर, वही तुम समझ रहे हो ये, व्हाट कि क्या कंपल्शन है ग्लोबल फाइनेंस की कि कुछ भी करा सकता है तुम्हें, टू द क्लब वर्ल्ड कप फॉर्मेट आल्सो व्हिच इज हैपनिंग नेक्स्ट ईयर, आई डोंट नो इफ यू हर्ड अबाउट इट.
Yeah, yeah.
क्या जरूरत थी भाई, पूरा समर 2 महीने का, 2 महीने का क्लब, दे टुक क्लब वर्ल्ड कप टू सीरियसली भाई, एंड लाइक
It's all
व्हाट,
because they want to give the Saudi football a push.
ऑफ कोर्स, ऑफ कोर्स, और क्या, ऑफ कोर्स वो, there's no other way you can increase significantly their presence in world global football by, unless you increase the number of fixtures they play against European clubs now.
Yeah,
Now,
correct. Yeah.
and
Get
European
get a
and
share of the pie. Yeah.
simple as that, and simple as that, चलो, despite the moves in transfer market उनका मजाक कभी भी उड़ता रहता है, राइट, कि अटेंडेंस
Mhm.
नहीं है, ये नहीं है वगैरह, but this is that move towards,
It's literally a league that is manufactured. I mean,
वो तो है, बिल्कुल
it's very
बिल्कुल.
true. Like, I mean, जो soft power और इन सब चीजों की बात करते हैं, to shift the whatever the focus
या
or the locus rather from Europe to now Middle East in terms of whatever, like,
बिल्कुल, दिस इज अ
sports, entertainment, and everything.
इट्स अ ह्यूज पावर शिफ्ट यार, इट्स अ ग्लोबल पावर शिफ्ट हो रहा है, ये एक मोमेंटम आ रहा है, एंड इसलिए इसमें इसमें यूके स्टेट भी सेंस कर रहा है थोड़ी, इसलिए अनईजीनेस इतनी आती है इनको स्टेट कैपिटल से, कि ओ देखो स्टेट
यूके भी क्या
कैपिटल,
कर सकते हैं, ये यूरोप तो anyway, यूरोप इज अ डिक्लाइनिंग पावर.
पूरा पूरा वो तो है ही, इट्स अ डिक्लाइनिंग पावर, द तो द शिफ्ट ऑफ ग्लोबल इंपीरियल हेजेमनी जो हो रही है, जो दिख रही है आपको,
yeah, yeah,
जिसमें फुटबॉल का एक आईना है बस, राइट? तो उसमें
correct.
आपको दिखता है इनसिक्योरिटीज ऑफ यूरोपियन नेशंस विच आर डिस्प्लेड थ्रू रेसिज्म, थ्रू एंजाइटीज ओवर these them hosting the world cups also and all these stuff, ये आता है जो उनको बाकी चीजों में एंजाइटीज नहीं इनकी पैदा होती है, राइट?
Hmm, 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 hmm.
They have no problem in Russia hosting 2018
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
World Cup, despite Russians' own history of homophobia and whatnot, right? And तो ये hypocrisy रहेगी, और I think this is what will I want to build better football communities, Yash bhai. I don't want to be make जो I don't want to be one of those people जो comment section में आके बोलते हैं कि oh wow, praise this religion, yeah, believe in Jesus Christ because was Royce Bill, or pray you know Allahu Akbar क्योंकि वाह उसने defend किया अपने religion को. No man, I'm sorry. Any religion which promotes discrimination on based of whatever basis, I'm sorry, is not promoting a religion of justice or equality. Simple as that, yeah. We just have to accept it. I don't care which religion you belong to, really, literally doesn't matter. It You have to.
Absolutely.
इट्स एक सिंपल सी ये बात है भाई, आप कोई भी भाई मजहब अगर आपको बोल रहा है कि ये करो, कि मतलब फिर भैया आप थोड़ा दिमाग ही लगा लो यार, आप थोड़ा सा फिर क्या बोल रहे हो? फिर मत, या तो आप मत रो मत जब आपके खिलाफ, जब रेसिस अब्यूज होता है या आपके खिलाफ कुछ
Hmm.
डिस्क्रिमिनेशन होगी कुछ, मैं भी बहुत हजार रीजन बोल चुका हूँ, नहीं नहीं मेरे ना मुल्क में एक्चुअली सही होता है ये करना तो आपके साथ ये होना चाहिए, तो मैं भी बोल सकता हूँ यार, बहाने तो खुद भी बोल
Yeah,
सकते हैं हम
yeah,
लोग. आई थिंक
yeah,
दैट्स व्हाई I end up talking to people like you and few other football fans जहाँ पर हमारी sensibilities है, and
yeah, yeah,
and there are thankfully some football activists and football fan groups जो थोड़े बहुत ultras होते हैं which keep that spirit of alive
yeah, yeah, yeah.
in football, right? And I
This
think
is the worst thing that I've heard after the whole Suarez t-shirt thing that they did. After
mhm,
Suarez got suspended
that was
for
embarrassing,
racist,
bhai. That was so embarrassing.
yeah, the racist abuse. And I mean, just, yeah, I mean,
What were you guys think? What were they thinking, bhai? What
the
were
Daglish and whatever.
My goodness, bhai. That was such a faux pas, bhai. Such a big faux pas. मतलब बाप रे. I mean, football is a long way to freaking go, including its fans.
Yeah,
In
I get the sentiments that, oh God, something bad happened to your team. Your star player is out,
no.
apparently, because he said something which has been construed as racist.
Hmm.
But he was racist.
He
I
was
mean, there
racist,
was
bhai.
an
Simple सी बात.
investigation. He was found out to be racist.
Yeah, simple as that, भाई. मतलब बाप रे.
Get out of your asses, yeah. Get your heads out of your asses.
Seriously, bhai. Seriously. I think we have a long way to go before we can build a
But
better.
I have like on a lighter note, I feel like कि हाँ ये बातें ठीक है, ये तो सीरियस बातें थी,
Hmm.
ये होती रहेंगी. हम लोग को अपना like I mean we have to keep sort of reassessing our relationship with football
We do.
constantly, and these are moments when these cracks appear and you just suddenly realize, oh God, I need to withdraw from football and
नहीं नहीं
reassess
बिल्कुल
my
यार,
relationship.
ये सेल्फ इंट्रोस्पेक्शन पॉइंट आता है यश, मुझे भी बहुत बहुत बार आता है, एंड इट इज फॉर दिस वेरी रीजन I take solace in football history, and that's why I want to read more about football history and other
Yeah, yeah,
groups and communities जो build होती है. तो मुझे लगता है कि हम alternative communities भी build कर सकते हैं यार. You know, the
correct.
as जैसे there are like pink red devils वाला ये जो group है, there was a
Hmm.
LGBTQ Ipswich Town group also which
Yeah.
condemned जब Ipswich के कैप्टन ने रेनबो वाला बैंड नहीं पहना था. एंड आई थिंक कुछ क्रिस्टल पैलेस के भी कोई एलजीबीटीक्यू ग्रुप था सपोर्टर्स का, जिन्होंने डिड अप्रिशिएट गोही ने आई लव जीसस लिखा हुआ था रेनबो बैच पे, यू नो. माय गुडनेस यार, दिस इज सो, बट सो आई टेक सोलेज फ्रॉम दीस फैक्ट्स. ये आए हो लाइक भाई मुझे ग्रामशी पढ़ना है मुझे ग्रामशी पढ़ना है मुझे नहीं पता बाकी चीजों के बारे में मैं तो ग्रामशी ओरिजिनल में पढ़ने आया हूँ मतलब व्हाट अ बैड एस बॉस मैन ही डिडंट केयर अबाउट लाइक मच बियॉन्ड दैट ही वाज लाइक ठीक है पैसा आ रहा है पैसा कमा लेगा बट ही फॉर हिम आई मीन दोस आर रेयर ऑब्वियसली स्टोरीज आल्सो आई मीन यू डोंट वैसे लोग यू डोंट मेक देम लाइक देम एनीमोर होली हेल हैवंट सीन प्रॉब्ली द क्लोजेस्ट अगर मैं मॉडर्न फुटबॉल में सोचूं कि इसका कौन कंपैरिजन आता है मुझे लगता है एरिक कैंटोना
Kyle Walker.
यार
He's literally our agent in this whole disrupting this whole sports washing project. Yeah, single-handedly taking City back to where they belong in championship. By the way, I
वही
have this interesting, I mean, I think it's very interesting,
हम्म
like sort of comparison
हम्म
uh, between between Trent and Kyle Walker. So
ओके
you know how they associate like this whole thing about being reckless and very whatever kind of. I mean, people call them chapri, but chapri is also very classist.
यस ट्रू इट इज
But the association of that category of people young and very reckless and very showy kind of
हम्म
with KTM, right?
हम्म
KTM जो है ये छपरी बाइक है या जो भी.
हम्म
But why true riders will know that the real chapri bike is actually Apache RTR. The real chapris are driving Apache RTR. And you know why?
व्हाई
Because never really, because it's cheap. I mean,
ओ
first of all,
दैट ओके ऑफ कोर्स ओके
it's cheaper than a KTM.
या
And and a lot of these people, they don't really necessarily have this, like bling and glamour and showiness or whatever,
हम्म
but they are the worst drivers on the road.
ओ बॉय
So that's a similar sort of a comparison between Trent and Kyle Walker. People think that Trent is the worst right back in the whatever in present football, yeah, Jovi.
हाँ
But it's actually Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker gets away with stuff because he's fucking mediocre. So everyone thinks that his greatest strength is just running back from the halfway line at an electric pace. But his defensive awareness of situations, his just lack of understanding. If you see yesterday's game, was it yesterday? Yeah, the Juventus game.
या इट वाज टेक्निकली यस्टरडे या हाँ
Dude, Guardiol clears it. This guy, it's not like that he doesn't see.
या
He takes the first step, but then he hesitates if he should go or not.
या
When he should have clearly gone. I mean, it's easy for me to say this now, looking at the screen, hindsight, whatever you want to say. But
हाँ
dude, I mean, footballers at that level, I mean, they must have this level of instinct, right? I mean,
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल यू प्लेइंग टॉप लेवल फुटबॉल भाई
and this is
नहीं
just
होता
one
है
instance. There's so many
एकदम
such instances where this guy is just so embarrassing. I mean, it's so bad. But
या
people just, like gloss over those mistakes because he's like a pace merchant. He runs really fast. He's bulky. He's
अब
fit, whatever,
बिल्कुल
muscular.
या वो
Not bulky, but yeah.
I mean, I mean, I always felt on their days, at their peaks, of all the right back जो हमें comparison, especially English right backs से मिलते थे, मुझे तो लगता था कि तो on the dare to best, obviously, I think is Reece James, and if he's fit and he's at his peak, fit,
If
but
he's fit.
he's fit. ये asterisk
That's
लगा
important,
के
yeah. That's important to put in with a little
asterisk
asterisk.
if he's
Yeah.
fit, yes, if he's fit. But बीच में obviously because James is a Hospital FC customer. क्योंकि वो हॉस्पिटल एफसी का कस्टमर रहता है बहुत रेगुलर. He is not there up for the debate, and then obviously becomes it was Trent versus ye Walker, and I think Walker only because of the last two seasons where he actually played well. So fair enough, he was actually that was his best football I've actually seen from Walker, the treble winning wala season in particular, जहाँ पर and probably last season. But the truth is, yes, he is actually. I agree with this assessment. I think क्योंकि वॉकर का क्या था, वॉकर्स रीडिंग ऑफ द गेम sometimes is not great, and what used to help him is his pace to recover
Yeah,
and
yeah,
back
yeah, yeah.
get back, right? Although somehow he would always turn up against Vinny Jr. and Madrid, which is credits to him for that in that respect. But लेकिन otherwise, if you see him, वो आजकल यही हो रहा है, इसी सीजन यही हो रहा है, तुम देख रहे हो कि
Mm-hmm.
now because now the pace is also falling short. No, he's not as
Yeah, 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 yeah.
pace थोड़ा
Yeah,
सा
he's
कम
not
हुआ है.
as fast. Yeah,
You
correct.
can tell, you can tell, वो पता चल जाता है. And because of that, now it is clearly even more the mistakes क्योंकि now तू रिकवर भी नहीं कर पा रहा है.
Right,
तो
but the point is कि he's not an intelligent footballer,
yeah,
and it really
yeah.
helps with players who like I mean
I think he's got
who,
strength and pace, but yeah, I don't think in terms of really positionally wise, he's not the
yeah,
best
yeah,
at all.
yeah. He should
He's not
have
the best.
he should have thought
There
his
is something
retirement
wrong.
better because he's not gonna play at the highest level if he can't have this the vision or the
बिल्कुल नहीं,
intelligence.
बिल्कुल नहीं यार, बिल्कुल
Because you have to modify your game with
एकदम.
your age. I think Scholes, Gerrard, John Terry, all of these like players that I've seen,
Hmm.
even Carrick for that matter.
Yeah,
I mean, there's so many of them.
yeah.
He's just gonna end up in fucking whatever that. What was that? Blue and white stripes wali team jo thi?
Are you talking about blue and white?
Queens Park Rangers.
Oh my goodness,
He's
QPR.
just gonna end up in QPR like Rio Ferdinand. Because Rio Ferdinand is also a like a dumb fuck. I mean,
But
you see those players. I mean, they don't really have much going in that that at the top department.
I would, I mean, that way, yeah, come on. Rio Ferdinand was still a much better defender at his peak, yeah. He was pretty good defender at his
But
days when he
he's
was at
he's
peak.
so stupid. I mean, look at his
Yeah.
interviews also.
Yeah, he's not the
And
smartest. Okay, listen, yeah, listen, most of the English footballers I think, are not that ब्राइट अप देयर. मुझे पता चल जाता है. मुझे एक बार किसी ने बोला था, एक बंदे से मिला था. ही वाज आल्सो अ चेल्सी फैन. बहुत रैंडम सी बात है, बहुत साल पहले, बिकॉज़ यू टॉकिंग अबाउट इंटेलिजेंस फुटबॉलर्स, जो लंदन गया था एंड ही बम्प्ड इनटू जॉन टेरी. ठीक है,
okay.
तो वाह यार, कैसे, हाउ डिड इट गो, तो बोलता है, यार सब तो सही है, मुझे नहीं लगता ही इज टू ब्राइट. मैंने बोला क्यों, क्या हुआ. मैंने उसे बम किया. मैंने बोला कि ग्रेट टू मीट यू जॉन,
Yeah.
big fan. Hey, okay, nice, nice. Where are you from? I'm from India. बोलते हैं, oh, wow, so you must have come here for the sun.
Was he being ironic? Because if
I
he
hope he
was,
was
then
joking. I hope
yeah,
I'm
yeah. Because
presuming
it's
it was
it's a really good joke.
joke though. Yeah, so it's a good joke. But being John Terry, it could be anything, you know.
Yeah,
So
imagine. I mean, if this was a joke, he's fucking hilarious.
yeah, he's hilarious. Then he is hilarious. Apparently, he was very funny also. जो लोग तो यही बोलते हैं. Probably
That's
Wayne
a fun
Bridges.
story.
Wayne Bridges misses also probably says X also says it. So
I mean, I'm sure that this definitely works with women.
yeah, I'm sure it does. The bloody
But yeah, yeah, yeah. So
this
Rio
fun
Ferdinand is
country.
not the smartest of the pack. I mean, it's just
No, no, no. I think that way Lampard is much smarter. When you look at Lampard hosting and stuff also, वो
yeah,
बहुत
yeah.
इंटेलिजेंस पॉइंट बोलता है. बल्कि मुझे लगता है कैरेगर भी काफी अब has upped his game भाई. कैरेगर has upped his game from what
Carragher is fucking annoying, dude. I
he's
can't
annoying
stand
though.
him.
He's doing better than Gary Neville मुझे लगता है. Gary Neville एनालाइज, उस दिन भाई उसने बैट किए, कैरेगर ने काफी अच्छा एनालिसिस किया चेल्सी वर्सेस स्पर्स का। लेकिन
या
आई
या
नेवर सीन गैरी नेवल डू द सेम भाई इन सो मेनी इयर्स। क्योंकि
या
गैरी नेवल की आई थिंक बस की नहीं है भाई।
गैरी नेवल की तो बस की नहीं है।
नहीं है, नहीं है भाई उसकी बस की। वो तो या
बट
कैरेगर
हाँ, आई या
he was
कैरेगर
dissing
ऑफ
he was
कोर्स
dissing
कैरेगर
Chelsea
है।
literally at the beginning of the season। अब सडनली वो अलग गुन गा रहा है। क्यों भाई, क्यों करते हैं लोग ऐसे? ऐसे बहुत अनॉय करते हैं मुझे, बहुत अनॉय होता हूँ ऐसे 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 चीजों के साथ। सब लोग सब लोग बैंड
यार,
वैगन पे चढ़ गए चेल्सी
मुझे
के।
गैरी नेवल के लिए बुरा लगता है क्योंकि गैरी नेवल को पूरी दुनिया गाली दे रही होती है।
That is true, man. That is true. He is also so annoying in his views, yeah. All of these people, man. All of these people so annoying. Why are they so annoying, भाई? थोड़ा सा
Why they're so annoying? And I mean, Ronaldo, that moment where he spun Carragher around. I felt so bad as a Liverpool player, but then I feel like he deserves it, dude. I mean, Carragher is he's so arrogant, he's so
very
annoying.
yes.
All
भाई
of the things that he says with such complacence,
बहुत ज्यादा
complacency. भाई मतलब ठीक है यार, थोड़ा humble, stay humble है,
stay humble
stay
है,
humble.
stay humble है। You talking to me, idiot? Stay humble है।
What are you doing, fucking clown?
Fucking clown,
Clown.
fucking clown, stay humble है।
Please insert that Carragher spitting at a woman wala
Oh
wo.
man, that incident
that
also.
that picture here, please.
I have to be.
And write "Stay humble" as a caption.
Stay humble.
Always remember that.
Oh man, man.
So every time he makes a great point, I have to remember that it's the same guy who spat at a child.
The child. Oh
Yeah,
my
it wasn't even a
goodness.
woman. Yeah, it was a child.
Oh my goodness. Just when you cannot think these footballers are the some of the worst people off the pitch, then you have these examples you remind me of, भाई, जो मैं भूल चुका था, I think buried under somewhere in my unconscious. I had now you've reminded me. I'm like, wow, this is way worse.
But dude, imagine if Arsenal win the league,
Yeah.
and what's that guy, Gabriel Jesus?
Uh,
He pulls off a Mario Balotelli,
yeah.
takes off his t-shirt, and उसके t-shirt पे लिखा है "Stay humble" है. I would pay for that.
I would
I
like.
wish that happens. When's that
I mean, it would.
Arsenal City का गेम कब है? मुझे देखना है.
आर्सेनल सिटी अभी तो हो चुका है। अब तो आई थिंक द नेक्स्ट वाला जो होगा विल हैपन नेक्स्ट ईयर ओनली।
पहले सिटी में हुआ है या कहाँ पे
पहले
हुआ है?
एतिहाद में हुआ था ना, वेयर दे वर
अच्छा, ओके, सो इट्स
सिटी
आर्सेनल
स्कोर
वर्सेस
दैट
सिटी.
लास्ट मिनट इक्वलाइजर अगेंस्ट देम।
अबे यार, 2 फेब को है.
तो यार बहुत दूर है, बट दैट वुड बी।
दूर है और नहीं, बट वो I don't think ये this would be the end of the season.
Not at all, not at all, that will be, we just will be thick into middle of it, you know.
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting. I think before we sign off, I want to know how you, what are you thinking, yeah? Like, given, are you buying into this whole uh,
Maresca.
clickbait stuff, Maresca stuff, yeah? Or are you also like me, like, nahi, nahi, just stay humble, eh?
Yeah, Chelsea.
Stay humble, eh? Yeah,
The thing with Maresca is that Maresca is also not sure what his team is capable of. I mean,
yeah, I think so also.
एक एक वो चीज तो है कि
Hmm.
हमको पता ही नहीं है कि हमारा पोटेंशियल क्या है, so we're literally moving in the dark.
True.
Maybe this after this season, I mean, I'm not saying that they can't win the league, but it's just um, they will assess further in the next season
Hmm.
कि भाई क्या are we capable of winning the league? What are our real chances? Because abhi it can just be, it's as good as being a fluke, and to a certain degree it holds us, like, I mean, true, it holds true for Liverpool as well.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
लिवरपूल के साथ फायदा ये है कि it's already a Klopp team
yeah, बिल्कुल
with a certain, like, a structure in place
true.
where certain players are in those key areas who've already won.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल
the league
एकदम
before.
सही।
So it's
एकदम
already
सही।
like a ready-made sort of a team.
एकदम है। एकदम सही बोल रहे हो
But
तुम।
with Maresca, it's like I've got a decent team. They
हम्म।
can challenge anyone for, I mean, in
हम्म।
every game. So for Maresca, it's very difficult to assess right now कि भाई
agree।
exactly what is the potential of my team. But
हम्म।
they can definitely win, a cup.
आई थिंक लोग तो, मैंने तो मिनिमम एक्सपेक्टेशंस यही रखी थी कि कॉन्फ्रेंस लीग जीत जाओ। आई थिंक वी शुड
Hmm.
इजीली विन दैट, मुझे मेरे हिसाब से वे
Yeah, a conference league and a top three would be great.
आई थिंक नाउ आई कैन प्रॉब्ली कॉन्फिडेंटली से टॉप फोर हम कर लेंगे, और अगर टॉप फोर हम कॉन्फिडेंटली जीत गए, आई एम गुड यार, आई बी हैप्पी, आई बी मोर देन हैप्पी यार। एंड क्लियरली बस नेक्स्ट सीजन देन गेट सम डिसेंट कीपर एंड अ डिसेंट सेंटर बैक।
Yeah, decent center
अगर
back definitely.
वैन डाइक को तुम नहीं ले रहे हो तो भाई दे दो भाई, विल बी मोर देन हैप्पी।
Apparently, Van Dijk को contract offer जो किया है, it's lower wages.
इट इज इट इज अपेरेंटली दैट बिग लोअर वेजेस ऑफ इंग्लैंड।
And भाई मतलब what the hell are you guys
भाई
doing? Yeah,
वो तो
come on.
दैट्स
He's
दैट्स काइंड ऑफ
33, but I
इंसल्टिंग,
mean,
दैट्स काइंड ऑफ इंसल्टिंग भाई, मतलब
it's
uh,
and and
damn।
36 साल तक तो खेल ही सकता है यार वो। 2 साल तो दो ही यार उसको भी।
भाई अगर थियागो सिल्वा 39 40 तक खेल गया तो वो क्यों नहीं खेल सकता भाई, वैन डाइक व्हाई नॉट भाई, क्यों नहीं? एंड दे हैव
Absolutely.
बोथ सेंटर बैक्स who have not relied on pace ever as such.
Yeah, yeah,
So
exactly.
it won't matter to them if they lose pace, so they
Van Dijk after the ACL is not really like, running so much.
नॉट एट ऑल, वो एकदम करता नहीं है वो अब वो, राइट। और ही स्टिल गॉट दैट पोजिशनैलिटी जो उसका हर वक्त स्ट्रेंथ रहा था पहले से, बहुत पहले से।
Correct,
I
correct,
hope he
correct.
and I hope he brings. I think अगर if he doesn't stay with you, I hope Chelsea go for him because I know they won't go for him, knowing Chelsea's transfer strategy, unfortunately. Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
but here's where I
But
miss
you can
Roman.
make
But
an exception because
he should यार, भाई मतलब यार, it is like insane if you don't go for, like, if Van Dijk is
yeah,
available.
this is a Rudiger level, I mean, defender.
Bhai, it is, you're bringing leadership, winning mentality, Premier League
Hmm.
proven experience, what not. भाई क्या चाहिए तुम्हें भाई? And
Exactly.
he knows possession based football, knows,
Yeah.
can lead the team from the back. भाई क्या, what a freaking player! And that, I mean, hell, if Anna is able, bro, मतलब फिर छक्के मार दो
तुम्हारे
भाई।
लिए और कौन बहुत ही एक अच्छा साइनिंग होगा? जो गोमेज।
Joe Gomez is decent, but I feel once again he's not a leader though, right? That's the only problem. मुझे वही लगता
Yeah,
है।
he's not a leader,
He's
huh?
not a leader. We need a leader, भाई। We have too many youngins right now.
Yeah.
Too many youngins in the all in these positions, and the only, and to not need someone जो भाई बोल सके, takes everyone by the scruff of the neck and बोला कि भाई ये कर ये कर ये कर, तू बड़े आगे जा, तू यहाँ प्रेस कर, तू वहाँ कर, ब्ला ब्ला ब्ला, जो जो सुने लोगों उसकी, वो ही चाहिए भाई।
Hmm.
वही मिसिंग है इस डिफेंस में।
Hmm.
मतलब वो मिल जाए तो फिर आई थिंक डिफेंस थोड़ी सॉलिड हो जाएगी। अभी डिफेंस अभी भी
Hmm.
बहुत, यू कुड सी फ्रॉम द स्पोर्ट्स गेम, इट्स लिटिल स्टिल, I mean, yeah, two goals came from two mistakes, really, in all honesty. But
See,
हाँ,
it's not the mistake so much. It's the team getting back in shape.
हाँ, ऑल्सो वो, चलो ठीक है, क्रेडिट टू स्पर्स ऑल्सो, वो उनका प्रेसिंग भी था, वो उनका
हाँ,
प्लान भी था
क्या
कि वो
करेक्ट
प्रेस
करेक्ट
इतना हाइप करे। सो टू क्रेडिट टू स्पर्स वेयर क्रेडिट इज ड्यू, बट क्रेडिट टू स्पर्स ऑल्सो वेयर क्रेडिट इज नॉट ड्यू, which is
and
basically
it's not like I mean Kukurea lost the ball inside the your own box or
true, true.
something and it's
They
just
were in position to
getting
take.
past one man. Yeah, correct,
They were in position basically to take advantage.
correct,
वो
yeah,
it was not like he straight on through goal थे वो, like literally like that.
correct, correct,
तो तुम
correct.
सही बोल रहे हो that way. I think it's more, yes, getting back in shape, because even for third goal, like it's just switch, like people just switching off, needlessly switching off. I
Yeah,
thought it was a consolation goal. सबको पता था ये
yeah,
consolation। लेकिन क्यों क्यों race? What
correct,
if we
yeah,
didn't have that fourth goal? For
correct,
example,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
as a cushion. तो I'm just, ये थोड़ी चीजें, I hope if we can sharpen, I think we can become better. That's all I hope for. And a good cup run probably. Win conference।
Mm-hmm.
एफए कप में कुछ बचा दे नहीं भाई, एक्चुअली में बहुत ट्रॉमा है मुझे एफए कप का, 3 बार कप फाइनल हार के मेरा, मैं थक चुका हूँ मैं। वो वेम्बली में फाइनल देख देख के मैं हार, आई एम फेकिंग हेल मैन। Especially losing cup finals to Liverpool. I'm very tired, man. Like I can't take that shit. I'm tired. Don't give me cup finals again at Wembley.
The Kelleher one was exceptional. मतलब वो तो seriously we beat you with a bunch of youngsters. James Connell and
You had a lot of academy people who came on. I think in extra time also, right? I remember, and I think Salah was injured for that game. मुझे याद है. I think Salah injured था और काफी लोग
I
injured थे.
think yeah
काफी
एक
लोग
वो
injured.
अब मुझे नाम भी नहीं याद है बट क्लॉप ने इतने सारे को
वो लाया था उस
uh,
extra time
there
पे.
was this young kid with like an afro थोड़ा सा
Yeah.
Jaden क्या नाम
Something
था
like
उसका
that. Something like that who came on. And 18-19 साल के लोग तो बच्चे थे.
हाँ 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 ट्रे
हम्म,
नियोनी था पता नहीं but there was this another guy whose father was a footballer for Newcastle Sinclair
Sinclair, I think something Sinclair. Yeah, you were right. I think there was something Sinclair who came on also in that cup final.
and
Bloody
of course
hell.
our right back uh,
Of course.
Connor Bradley
Oh man, मुझे याद मत दिलाओ. That was such a depressing match. I was like, oof. Okay, yeah,
who was the manager back then
Pochettino. Pochettino.
Pochettino yeah Pochettino
Man, it seems like it was ages ago that game now, yeah. Now that I think about it, holy.
the headlines were we beat a billion 1.2 billion
Yeah, yeah.
pound squad
तुम्हारा कौन कौन आया था? कौन सा ऐसे ऐसे नाम दिख रहा हूँ? हाँ,
Kwanza
मैककॉनल.
yeah
कौन सा? मैककॉनल.
McConnell हाँ
बॉबी क्लार्क, जेडन डैन्स.
Bobby Clark Jadon Dance yeah
ये सारे भाई.
Bobby Clark is that guy whose father is a former Newcastle player
रियली. बाप रे. एंड नाउ सही है भाई. और ये apparently ये reviews. My goodness. And he's now. अच्छा, you sold him also to Salzburg, okay, apparently.
yeah we sold him so
कौन बता दो.
Pep Linders whatever he
हम्म.
went to Salzburg
अच्छा, that's so it
yeah
हाथ में ले गया
took him
उसको.
along with me
Yeah. ये
also
भाई.
he's not doing that well
He's not doing that.
yeah Pep
The Pep.
there was a yeah, like a joke yeah जो भी
Hmm.
for a lot of people it wasn't funny
Hmm.
but there was this book that he wrote about it was called Intensity
Yeah.
which was the whole philosophy about of his football yeah जो भी the moment the book came out Liverpool like completely dropped dropped off and people were saying कि भाई ये किताब छाप दी सारी सीक्रेट्स इसे लिख दिए किताब में सब लोग पढ़ पढ़ के इसको हरा रहे हैं इसकी टीम को it was so stupid but it I mean of course it's not that it was the season after that
Premier
one
League.
92 points one where we came
Oh,
second
yeah, 22 सीजन की बात है यार.
of course यार इतना इतना टफ सीजन के बाद थोड़ा थकान तो होता है
Of course, यार. Of course.
people were like saying all sorts of things किसी अपने किताब के चक्कर में he sold the whole like team के tactics and everything
Come on, yeah. That's like.
internet is crazy yeah
If only football were that simple, भाई. ये था भाई. Oh, भाई. Now I know. Now I know. There's no
yeah
secret to it, यार. कोई
but it
secret.
used to be crazy ना पहले पहले लोग spies भेजते थे
Yes, of
टीम
course.
ट्रेनिंग ग्राउंड पे और
Yeah. Spies to the training ground.
फिर
Uh,
पर्दे लगने शुरू हो गए
yeah. बहुत सारी
कवर्स
चीजें
होने
हैं.
शुरू हो गए हाँ
The latest one, I think the latest one जो उसमें Spygate का हुआ था was this one, Bielsa when he was at Leeds in the championship
अच्छा या
versus Lampard,
अच्छा ओके
Derby, and
या
Lampard found out that this guy was sneaking around, and they saw someone sneaking around the grounds. और उनको पता चल गया फिर कि ये बंदा स्नीक अराउंड कर रहा था. ये था मार्सेलो बियल्सा ने भेजा था उसको टू वॉच डार्बी के गेम्स. एंड देन द लेजेंडरी प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस जहां पर पूरा उसने एक पूरा पावर पॉइंट स्लाइड शो 1 घंटे का पूरा मीडिया को दिया. of how Darby plays and what Darby does, and the information.
Wow, इसने
Marcelo
Bielsa ने
Bielsa ने.
Bielsa ने हाँ
Yeah, I saw this. You should. I would recommend this to watch. That is an Amazon Prime series. एक Leeds पे जो आई थी.
अच्छा अच्छा
It's there. It was not the season they got promoted, but the season where they almost got promoted. Uh,
अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा
essentially, yeah.
Bielsa is also such a cult figure because everyone loves him for but I mean it's also kind of like he never really won anything
Not
substantial to
anything. You know, he's never really won anything. I think the comparison I would make him is he is like your favorite academic scholar or writer's professor. Got
mm-hmm.
them
Correct.
basically, and
That's a good sort of an
uh,
analogy huh?
it's like that. So you wouldn't know who taught them because
Mm-hmm.
they're not well known, but everything that your favorite author or your scholar or whatever knows is from what they got learned from that professor itself. And
Yeah,
Hale says
yeah,
that kind of figure to
yeah,
many
yeah,
of
yeah,
them, in my
yeah,
opinion.
yeah, yeah.
Very underrated, in my opinion. So to wrap it all off, I would say ki, Shall let's try to give a quick some interesting games. Let's see. I want to say ki
Just to go back to that,
yeah.
I forgot his name, but Arrigo Sacchi was also one such figure, I think.
Arrigo
फ्लॉप
Sacchi.
जो है उसकी बहुत हाँ
Sacchi
फ्लॉप
was
का
the Sachi was so like a legend, yeah. मतलब Sachi to won things, man. Like, but one Sachi to won a lot. So with Milan, he won basically.
करेक्ट या
But then again, Sachi didn't manage for two. He's one of those managers who came and went like quickly away. He's like one of those Zidans actually.
अच्छा
वो,
अच्छा अच्छा
I think he started 87 में 86 87 में active हुआ था.
हाँ
And by
हाँ
94 World Cup after managing Italy,
या
he stopped. He just stopped.
ओह ओके ओके
He just was like there at the top, 8 9 years के लिए वो बस active रहा. But he was so influential, like his whatever
विनिंग बैक टू बैक यूरोपियन कप्स
with Milan. I did a video on this also in my
अच्छा
channel. Now when I talked about the Champions League and the birth of the Champions League was because कि
या
finance फुटबॉल ने करने की कोशिश की थी. तो उसमें मैंने Arrigo Sacchi को कवर किया था because Arrigo Sacchi's Milan, which was then owned by Berlusconi, Berlusconi, another my
फिगर
figure.
इंटरेस्टिंग फिगर ऑफ हिस्ट्री
Oh
फुटबॉल
boy,
हिस्ट्री
yeah. उसने साची को हार किया था एंड साची वाज द वन हु propelled Milan to the power heights of European football back then 89 and 90 back to back
या
European and they were the for the longest time before Zidane did it Sachi's Milan was the only team who had won back to back European Cups for the longest time so it's quite
नाइस
legendary manager especially with his formation tactics man management blah 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 and whatnot.
या
भाई बताओ so before we sign off, I want to know your predictions. बताओ Liverpool Fulham. What do you think? I think I'll what are you going for?
It's always like a very competitive game for some reason.
Liverpool Fulham,
And
right?
Raul Jimenez is just, I mean, a monster.
Oh
I
my God.
feel like yeah, if he was
He's
in goal
returned.
for
He's
us,
returned. He's returned.
if he was
Yeah, he's returned
if
now.
he was in the front line,
Hmm.
I think he would complement our style very well with him along with Salah and Cody Gakpo or that other Luis Diaz on the other side
He
of the
was
field.
before his injury. He was at his peaks. Obviously, he
Yeah.
took him a while to recover from his injury, horrific injury, but he's doing
ग्रेट यार आई मीन
he's doing
होल्ड
very
अप
well
प्ले भी
again.
काफी सही है ड्रिबलिंग भी
Yeah,
काफी सही है ही इज आल्सो
yeah,
स्टेल्थी
yeah, yeah. Yeah. He is amazing. So but I think it'll still be a comfortable win. I feel not comfortable, but I would say it'll be a tough game. I think you'll edge it. Like I'll go for like a 2-1 win to Liverpool kind of thing. I think they will score Fulham somehow because
या
they're a very hard team to beat. But you will be,
या
I think, because to my you had sufficient rest also. I think
या या
because of Everton वाला chaos.
गोमेज भी जो है ना आई मीन डिफेंस इज अ लिटिल लाइक शेकी बिकॉज गोमेज कभी कभार हक देता है
हाँ.
like when the pressure is really like strong
वो
he
है.
has that mistake in him and
Hmm.
um, But again, it's in Anfield, so that is a big sort of a
Yeah,
factor.
I think that is a huge factor. अवे होता तो मैं शायद तब भी बोलता था टॉप चांस है ड्रॉप करने का, लेकिन at home at Anfield I don't see you dropping points.
And it's Marco Silva, right? Who's the manager?
Marco Silva है अभी manager, yes, Marco Silva.
Last season, was it last season or last to last season? We had that 4-3 game.
Last to last season था वो, I remember that 4-3 game, yes, last to last season था वो. Crazy
Acha,
game, opening game of the season था
crazy
वो,
game.
मुझे याद है. That was I think if I'm correct, last to last season it was a crazy game. 4-3, it was, oh, it was last season only, 23-24
It
season.
was last season. It was last season.
That was a crazy
Crazy
season.
goals, yeah. Crazy,
That,
crazy goals.
what,
Trent,
what,
Trent, then McAllister, then Endo.
then Trent with the final winner.
Yeah, Trent with the
Against
final
Portugal.
winner.
That was a crazy
So
game.
yeah, so
I
you
think
never know. I mean, the way
in
they were playing against
Arsenal also,
uh,
they were pretty
Arsenal.
impressive. They were pretty impressive. They're not gonna be easy not to crack. But I think Arsenal is anyway struggling to score open play goals. So उनका तो, so let's be honest. I don't think
They made a
Liverpool.
fucking mural for their set piece coach. How lame is that, man? Come
यही है उनका,
on,
यही है scene उनका.
come on. I mean,
The history of the Arsenal. The history of the Arsenal. They will continue to do this. खुद जब जब बाकी टीम्स जैसे चेल्सी मारती थी सेट पीस गोल्स, एंड आई हैव नो प्रॉब्लम एक्चुअली इन स्कोरिंग, द प्रॉब्लम इज द हिपोक्रेसी, मुझे बस वही लगती है. अभी खूब प्राइड ले रही है, लेकिन जब चेल्सी करता था वो सिर्फ फिर भी ओ एंटी फुटबॉल, ओ ब्रो.
yeah, Wenger.
This is what Wenger used to do, and Arsenal fans fully used to support him. Oh, this is
Yeah.
anti-football. This is not the philosophy of the football. What the
The philosophy.
the philosophy, c'est impossible, c'est la philosophie de football. Shut up, man. Come on, hut. Class, hut.
Mr. Wenger, Mr.
I hope Arsenal
Football teacher.
football teacher indeed, the professor as they used to call him. Arsenal have Everton at home. Everton पिल जाएगी बहुत बुरी तरह. Everton तो पिल गई, वो नहीं कर पाएगी कुछ. And Manchester Derby. I'll stick my neck out.
दोनों हग रहे हैं.
दोनों हग रहे हैं. That's true. But I somehow feel United is still a more hugger team right now because they still have no
Yeah,
identity. So I would
yeah,
feel in the battle of who's hugging more, United will huggo more. And I will give a, like a 2-1
yeah.
to City.
I feel like it's a 3-0 sort of a thing with
Really?
City at least.
वो भी हो सकता है. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
City can blow them apart also.
Because you know what? I mean,
KDB is back.
Bernardo Silva, KDB, and Gundogan midfield looked really good
They actually didn't play
against
bad
you,
against
Juve.
Juventus.
Yeah,
मैंने थोड़ी बहुत गेम देखी थी. The thing is वो अभी बहुत अंडर कॉन्फिडेंट है ये लोग. इनकी कॉन्फिडेंस
uh,
की उड़ी पड़ी है for longest after longest.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
They're just
yeah,
not able to get
yeah.
it back. United is a perfect game to get the confidence.
Yeah, you need that. Yeah.
And मुझे अपने गेम का बहुत डर है. We have Brentford at home. And Yash,
Brentford are always tricky.
Yash, you know what?
Hmm.
Chelsea versus
Mm-hmm.
Brentford को तुम्हें हिस्ट्री बताऊं? At Stamford
Mm-hmm.
Bridge. Ever since
Yeah,
Brentford have gotten promoted, you know how many
yeah.
games at Stamford Bridge have we won against Brentford?
How many?
Zero.
What?
We have lost all three at Stamford Bridge.
Lost?
We have not won a single game at Stamford Bridge against Brentford, bhai.
My goodness. Thomas Frank is so underrated.
He
So,
is
so
underrated, भाई.
underrated.
And उसने नाक में दम करके रखा हुआ है हमारा स्टैमफोर्ड ब्रिज पे ही. And it was the first season he beat, मुझे याद है, we lost 4-1 Tuchel's Chelsea.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. I remember that.
Crazy
Yeah.
game. Okay, and then then I think उसके बाद it was, I don't know under who it was, under Potter we lost two, or Lampard we lost 2-0 at home.
Okay.
Then last season under Pochettino we lost 2-0. We're not, भाई, मतलब हम घूम पे नहीं जीत पा रहे ब्रेंटफोर्ड से यार. ये क्या हो रहा है? दिस इज बहुत टू मच भाई. नीड टू विन भाई, बहुत हो गया. आई एम स्कैर्ड
Definitely,
ऑल्सो.
you need to win. Yeah.
We need to win. We need to, like, these games are needed to be won, and we need to, भाई बहुत गुस्सा, मुझे तो गुस्सा आया था हर उन गेम्स में. मुझे ब्रेंटफोर्ड से गुस्सा आता है. Like they're like they do whatever they do is amazing. Credits to Thomas Frank. Yeah, भाई, I think he's an underrated manager that way. मगर भाई, so annoying यार when you have to be at the other end of these matches, because they're
Yeah, man.
so
I mean,
frustrating to play against. They're like
put some
really
respect on
frustrating.
this name, man. I mean, Thomas Frank.
Respect, man. Respect.
Respect, respect,
Respect.
respect.
Others have two
One,
and
two.
three. Man, Yash, brother, it was good talking to you, brother, once again. We should
All right.
do this and let's see how this weekend goes, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Mm, absolutely.
Look forward to it.
So, what is your prediction for Liverpool Fulham? You think a 2-0 or a
I would
3?
say 2-1 to Liverpool, Liverpool Fulham, 2-1. What do you would say for Chelsea, Brentford, and Manchester Derby? Quick, let's get a prediction. Okay, Manchester Derby.
Manchester Derby तो बता दिया Manchester
3-0.
City 3. Yeah,
3,
it's at Etihad ना?
Etihad.
हाँ, तो 3-0
3-0.
for Manchester City.
I'm gonna go for 2-1 to City. I think City will edge it.
Okay.
And what do you think for Chelsea Brentford? That's going to be tricky. Even I'm very nervous about this though.
If I don't know what's what has Brentford's form been like,
Hmm.
but if they play well, then definitely like a 2-1 or a 2-2
Yeah.
for Chelsea.
I mean, this could be one of those
2-1
games
Chelsea, yeah.
where they drop points, but I somehow feel confident because players are rested and they're in top form
Yeah.
away. I
Yeah,
feel
correct. Correct.
we'll edge it 3-1. I'll say 3-1 Chelsea. Come on, if we can do this. Come on, Chelsea.
And Liverpool, Fulham, I feel like 1-0 maybe.
2-1 for me also. Yeah, I think Liverpool win. So, bye. It's great.
Chalo.
One of the great episode. Take care. Khuda Hafiz. Peace, brother. See you
Khuda
soon.
Hafiz.
Khuda.